How we doing, Xbox gamers? Welcome back to another top 5 video. In today's top 5 video, we're going to be going through the top 5 best gaming monitors you can get for your Xbox Series S, guys. Now, if any of you are new here, if you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on so you never ever miss any great content like this. Now remember, guys, every single Tuesday and every single Friday, a new top 5 video drops and a new news and talks video drops. So make sure you do the following above so you don't miss out on any great content like this, guys. And remember, all my Amazon affiliate links, and this is basically Amazon based as well, will be in the description below. So if you're looking to buy an Xbox Series S and you've got one already maybe, or you're looking for a gaming monitor to basically run it off, this is going to be the video for you. So make sure you watch the full way through. I picked the 5 best monitors currently at the moment for reasonable prices. They're a mixed range of prices. They're cheap ones, some expensive ones, so there's a whole range there, guys. So don't miss out, don't worry. There are some to suit you, there's some that aren't to suit you, but stay tuned, you'll find out just in a moment. Now we're going to start off with my number 1 pick for today's list. Now coming at my number 1 gaming monitor for today's video, guys, is going to be the Asus VG27AQ. Now the reason why it's in my number 1 spot is because it's the best Xbox Series S monitor. It currently sits at $664.06 on Amazon. There are different ranges of prices that you can get them from, but this is the cheapest price I could find on Amazon. It's basically a great brand all around. It's pretty hefty price, but it's going to be worth every cent for your Xbox Series S in order to get the most out of it. Now the reason why it's in my number 1 spot, from all the basically pros it's going to give you, so it's going to give you a great value without cutting any corners, which is it's going to, you're going to be paying a reasonable price to get something really good. It's well balanced at 144p and it is running at 144 Hz, so you're going to be able to run at 144p 120 Hz on the Xbox Series S on this monitor, which will be good. Or even if you really want to, you can run it at 180p 120 Hz, no problem at all, which will be great for the monitor as well. It's got a very low response time and input lag as well, so that is kept to a minimum, so you're not going to have to worry about that with this gaming monitor at all. It's got a wide viewing angles as well. The only real con about it is it does not have the best HDR out there, but it will get the job done. It will make the Xbox Series S look clean, super clean, guys, so you can't go wrong with this monitor, and that's the reason why it's in my number 1 spot. Now we're going to be moving on to my number 2 gaming monitor for today's video. Now coming in at my number 2 gaming monitor for today's list, guys, is going to be the Samsung Odyssey G7 32-inch gaming monitor. Now the reason why it's in my number 2 spot is because of its price. It sits at an $885 mark. It is pretty expensive, but it's worth every single cent of your pocket basically, guys, and your wallet as well. So basically the reason why it's in my number 2 spot is because it provides vibrant high contrast images, a low response time and low input lag, which is great about the monitor already. So it's providing a great picture quality and low lag time as well, and low millisecond response time as well, which is even great. It's got a strong HDR support. That's the only difference it has to the first gaming monitor, and to me the reason why it's in number 2 is because it's paying more basically, and you're still getting HDR off the first one, but this one's going to be better. It can run up to 120 Hz easily onto the Xbox, no problem. And if you've got a gaming PC you want to hook it up to as well, it can run up to 240 Hz as well, which is great about the monitor. The only real issue is it is basically mediocre, like angling views type thing on the monitor, so it's gonna not have as great viewing angles as the first one does, but it will do the job very well. It will be able to support HDR on this monitor, and that's the reason why it's in my number 2 spot. Now guys, we're going to be moving on to my number 3 spot for today's list. Now guys, moving on to my number 3 gaming monitor for today's video is going to be the Asus VG279Q gaming monitor. Now the reason why it's in my number 3 spot is because it's very much affordable for a very good price. Currently at the moment on Amazon, it's usually $429, but at the moment they can basically sit at $349, which is the cheapest price it can go, which is very affordable for a lot of people. So obviously the first pro, and the reason why it says because it's very affordable monitor. It's very vibrant, and it's got a 27-inch panel, so it's 27 inches wide, which is great about it. It's going to be able to support 144 Hz, so it's obviously going to be easily be able to run the 120 Hz on the Xbox Series S, no problem whatsoever there. It's got a low response time and low input lag about the monitor as well, so it's going to get the job done completely easily. It's got FreeSync support for that price as well, which I think is fantastic and basically slams it into the number 3 spot. The only real con about it is it doesn't have HDR support, so you're going to be losing the HDR feature with this gaming monitor, but for a very cheap price, it's going to get the job done, no problem. And honestly, if you've got an Xbox Series S, you're not going to be really after the HDR feature. If you've got an X, you're going to want it, but with the S, you're just going to be kind of a casual gamer. This will probably be the monitor for you to get the job done for a very affordable price. Now, that's the reason why it's in my number 3 spot for today. Now, guys, we're going to be moving on to my 4th item for today's list. Now, coming in at my number 4 gaming monitor for today's video, guys, is going to be the Octo4 G2 gaming monitor. Now, the reason why it sits in my number 4 spot is because it's the cheapest gaming monitor you can find on Amazon, as well as the cheapest monitor currently on the market. Now, they sit at $269 at the moment on Amazon, so it's a very, very cheap gaming monitor. The reason why it says, because obviously it's cheap, but it's not the worst monitor. It will get the job done very, very well. It's very budget-friendly price for the Xbox Series S, so if you're after a budget gaming setup, remember, I've got one of those videos on my channel, so if you want to check that out, guys, remember, link will be in the description below for that video, as well as all the Amazon affiliate links for this video as well. But basically, it's very budget-friendly as well. It's got a smooth 144 refresh rate, so it's easily going to be able to run the 120 FPS no problem on the Xbox Series S. It's got low response time, input lag, surprisingly, for this monitor, which I'm quite surprised about and happy with. It's got a good image and within its category, so obviously for its price, it's actually got some good imagery behind it and good video picture as well, which I think is great. It's got FreeSync support for this monitor, which I'm quite surprised about when I was reading this as well, so definitely another win there. The only thing is, contrast could be a lot better with its picture, and it's got no HDR support, so those are the 2 cons about it. But other than that, guys, it's the cheapest one, it's the budget friendly one, so if you're after a budget gaming monitor, this will be the one for you. It will get the job done, and it will be able to run up to the 120 FPS refresh rate no problem. That's the reason why it's in my number 4 spot. Now, guys, we're going to be moving on to my 5th and final gaming monitor for today's video. Now, guys, coming in my number 5 spot for today's list for the best gaming monitors for the Xbox Series S is going to be the LG27 GP850 gaming monitor. Now, the reason why it's in my 5th and final spot for today's list, because it sits at $599 for the gaming monitor, so it sits slap bang in the middle of all prices for gaming monitors. Realistically, this is a great gaming monitor for the Series S, because you're going to get good reflection handling, incredible response time, so low input lag basically on it, and a fast refresh rate, which runs up to 144 Hz, so it's going to be able to easily run the 120 FPS on the Xbox Series S no problem. It's a great monitor all around. It's got G-Sync and FreeSync in the gaming monitor as well, which I think is great about it. The only real cons about it, unfortunately, is it can't really stand well, and it can only swivel and rotate in one direction, unfortunately, for this one. And it's got a low contrast ratio, so those are the only real cons about it. It puts it in my number 5 spot, but it does beat all the other options that were available that I could read from, so basically, this gaming monitor will get the job done for a decent price. It's pretty pricey. I would personally go with the ones above, but it's going to do the job very, very well. No problem whatsoever. G-Sync, 120 FPS, no problem, as well as low input lag and low response time as well, which is great. But other than that, guys, that pretty much wraps up today's top 5 video on the top 5 best Xbox Series S gaming monitors you can currently get on the market through Amazon. Now, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on so you never ever miss out on any great content like this. Now, remember, guys, every single Tuesday and every single Friday, a new news and talks video drops and a new top 5 video drops, so make sure you go do the following. And remember, guys, all the Amazon affiliate links and the product links will be in the description below, so make sure you go check them out if you're looking for an Xbox Series S, and as well as a gaming monitor as well, or if you're looking for a gaming monitor for your Xbox Series S, go check them out, guys. The links are in the description below, and I'll catch you all in the next video.